All right. Hey guys, we're here Bracelet here today. Kind of do this little video here. So this is kind of the idea I had with the year-long format stuff. Kind of just every few weeks, kind of posting little updates for the races and stuff. Kind of some I see Cancer do with the County Cup Series, honestly. And also, I did do an announcement on the community tab for something I will show here. So I am prepared to waste about probably good 10-20 minutes of my life talking this video because I bet you only two people end up watching the video all the way anyway. But yeah. So anyway, and like I said in the video, just gonna do a couple like little updates here with all the racing stuff, with especially the last 2 weeks in the Cup Series, because we are getting into the final 10 weeks of the 2024 Cup Series season. And I've been saying this multiple times. Yes, there will be a 2025 season. I am kind of working on the planning right now for, I guess, if I want to stay with the next gen car or go back to Gen 6 and have a little more creativity with the roster instead of just using all the basic real life NASCAR teams, and maybe do more creativity with the drivers and stuff. But yeah, we'll see how that goes here pretty soon. Anyway, also another series that, like I said, I'll talk about in this video, just a little kind of, I guess, series, do a couple YouTube videos on, and I'll go over that in the second part of this video. But yeah, I also do have the 2025 schedule mostly done. I'm going to probably have to revise it real quick eventually, and kind of decide if I want to use some of these tracks or really just where I put them on the schedule as well. See if it will work out good. Anyway, so in this video, I'm gonna go talk about the New Hampshire race and the Portland race I just ran yesterday. So yeah, I have ran the last 2 weeks of this series after Sonoma, and yeah, New Hampshire was really kind of the return that Caleb Campbell needed in this field. So yeah, Caleb Campbell won the pole and dominated the whole race. As it seems like it's what he was able to do in New Hampshire the last three visits I've done on that track this year in this game. And I think like with New Hampshire and Milwaukee, Caleb does have something there where he runs really good with the field. Last time I did run Milwaukee though, the field was really competitive with Caleb in that race. Emma Bartlett did end up being the runner up in this race. I think Jalen Bounds was actually second for most of this race, or maybe it was Emma second most of the race. No, actually, it was Madison Yates who was second most of the race. She fell back at the end of the race after running second place all day. Jalen Bounds, of course, being herself drove there. Latonya Gray drove from 23rd to a third. Jalen Turner kind of stayed at their top five all day as well. And then William Bounds got to the top five at the end of the race there. And Will was actually in the points lead at this time, too, of course. So, yeah, him and Gray were keeping it close there in the main lead in the battle in the points. Benny Scholes actually entered Sierra return, by the way. Forgot to say that. Yeah, I got top 10. Jalen Bounds, Kate Summers, Ozzie Purdy, and Gracie Bartlett were all the top 10 here in New Hampshire. A lot of the cars got lapped here. Some wreck damage cars. Brady C wrecked out, and Darren Walker both wrecked out early. Jet Turner had an issue on the start of the race there, so he missed like the first 3 laps of the race and came out onto the track and ran the rest of the race. Yeah, so New Hampshire, yeah, just Caleb Campbell dominating, getting his 8th win of the year. And yeah, really strong performance there. And funny enough, he did end up having a strong run at Portland yesterday. However, kind of screwed himself over in that race. And I guess we'll go to look at that one right now. So going to Portland, yeah, Caleb Campbell was really strong at Portland all race weekend. And going to the second half race, you see Caleb Campbell's not even in the top 20. So here is what happened. Around halfway in the race, either my brakes just gave out going into turn one, and the version of Portland I am using, it is basically a straight up barrier going into the chicane to where you would destroy your car. I jokingly demolished my car to the barrier during the track testing I did to kind of see what my lap times would be here on this track. And I'll just say in the actual race around halfway, I don't know why the brakes just didn't want to work anymore, and my car just flew into the wall and destroyed itself. And I was really pissed off yesterday too after the race. But yeah, Jalen Bounds ended up leading the second half of the race and winning it, by the way, too. Getting her 4th win of the year, helping her out in the points here because after New Hampshire, both the Bounds siblings, Latonya Gray and Caleb Campbell, were all on top of each other in the points within about 14 points, I want to say. So yeah, when we went to here at Portland, it was a pretty close battle, honestly, in the points here. Eli Johnson, he's a good road course racer, got solid 3rd place. Cheryl Simmons as well, a top 5 finish. Emma Bartlett, Kierton actually got his real first top 10 on a road course. He's been struggling on road courses and some of the other races I have run on road courses. Joshua Bartlett, Latonya Gray, Madison Holder, Osprey all top 10. So Latonya and Will both had bad runs here. So yeah, Kel finishing 27th did not help him with getting a good opportunity for the points lead, as he would have probably been in the points lead if that issue did not happen here at Portland. And yeah, basically got screwed over by the game once again on the road course. That is something I've been seeing a lot in these races with Caleb Campbell lately on the road courses. But yeah, so everyone else, it was really just a caution-free race here. Of course, I mean, no caution, really nothing much else going on. Nia J, Jet Turner, Jace Turner, Cameron Perkins, Cam Spinner, and Grace Bartlett all had wreck damage. Bartlett, she wrecked out early on in the race, of course. I did not go back and look at the incident she was in to base ever cause. I am kind of expecting that it was probably a stack up in the back of the field going into turn one, honestly. Yeah, Cam Spinner had damage in that wreck too, but then Cam kind of blocked the 46 and wrecked himself there in the process in that race as well. So yeah, so those were really just the two races I have ran in year-long format. Next week will be Chicagoland, and I would not be surprised if Kel Campbell go out there, dominate, and win again after wrecking out here at Sonoma because he did, or here at Portland, because it did hurt him in the points really bad. Jalen Bales up to the points lead after her fourth win this season. I mean, Jalen's been running very good all season. It's not surprised she's back at the points lead here in this series, or probably the points lead her first time season, most likely. William Bales and Tyan Gray, they are right there behind Jalen by 1 to 2 points. Cale Campbell, he's still in a good shot for the points lead, along with Jalen Turner. They both, I think the top five will be the main contenders for this championship. I mean, you can still look out for Emma Bartlett and Jace Turner as well. But I highly doubt they'll be able to change, especially with Jace getting screwed over not being able to win races this year as well. Like what happened with him at Sonoma. And I feel like Jace had a good shot winning Portland yesterday too, and then the game decided to screw him there as well. Emma Bartlett, looking for her first year-long format win, is actually the highest winless driver. She's also the Rookie of the Year leader in year-long format too, by the way. I think she's has it over her brother Joshua. Then it's like Nick Owens, Perkins, not Trevor Stewart, Jordan, no, not Jordan is a right, not, oh yeah, right, Austin Caldwell most likely, and kind of everybody else is running second half season all back here in points. Timmons does lead this group here, Madison Holder and Kierton are right behind her though as well. And also Maddie and Kierton will officially be, and Ozzy and Grace will all officially be rookies next year along with Nia J as well. And Vinny Schultz in her second race back, kind of chilling there in points. Where did she get at? Did she get a good run here? No, she got top 20 on a road course, and she's pretty good road courses because of what I'm going to show you next. So this is kind of it for, I guess, all the year-long for my race. Of course, I will kind of do videos going over, like, 5 races, and then we'll get to the finale, and a good possibility I'll probably broadcast the finale, actually, so maybe I'll do the 4 weeks leading up to Homestead, but we'll see whenever I get there. So, basically, of course, like I said, I'm kind of done doing a lot of the broadcasting here, but I figured it'd be fun to do one little series here where I will show the races. Maybe I won't broadcast them a lot. I'll just like show the replays run, and I'll probably talk over a little bit in the races. But yes, I re-downloaded the F1 mod. I thought I had this mod saved in my mod archive, but I guess I deleted it because I thought I was never going to use it again. But still a lot recently at my work and stuff. One of my other friends who likes racing, we've been talking a lot recently, and so she actually likes F1 IndyCar. Of course, I don't like F1, but I like IndyCar. I mean, although she did kind of say F1 has more parity now, so I was kind of thinking, it'd be real entertaining to try out doing an open wheel season on her 2003. So I have really been wanting to do this for a long time, especially in the stop motion racing. Trying out doing stop motion racing with IndyCar. However, usually series never end up working out because of just bull crap stuff outside. But also too, the issue with IndyCar and FS3 for me is to even try to find a more recent mod. I don't know why I had to have some dumb account on some like thing to even be able to download a mod. So yeah, I just had to go with what I had best, which was this mod right here, which is the F1 mod from 2016. I mean, however, there is of course a 2022 car set. I'm not sure about the most recent last 2 years, of course, this year in 2023. But yeah, I do have the F1 22 car mod, and I have already filled in what my 22 driver roster will be for this series. Got all the cars set up, and I have a 20 race schedule, which will actually be a mixture of ovals, NASCAR ovals, IndyCar kind of ovals, IndyCar mainly runs on, especially Indianapolis. And yeah, road courses too, and not many outside of the U.S. There's at least 3 to 4 outside of the U.S. Actually, there are 4 outside the U.S. And yeah, it's definitely a crazy schedule for what you see F1 cars run on in real life, because they definitely would probably never do this. I mean, they have ran Indianapolis in real life back in the day for an F1 round in the U.S., but yeah, that's really about it. So anyway, with the F1 series, here is your roster. So these teams are also put in tiers, kind of like in real life. So The top 5 teams, kind of from what I've seen this year, looking at F1 with the points and everything, Red Bull, McLaren, Aston Martin, Ferrari, and I believe Mercedes, still all top 5. Then there's of course tier 2 and tier 3. Tier 3 spoilers, Haas isn't a tier 3 because they do suck. And the other two are kind of teams I wasn't sure how they run. I'm not really gonna go over the tier 2, tier 3 teams. So I guess you can tell the tier 1 teams, they'll probably have the main championship contenders, and we'll probably see some crazy threats for the championship in this season, especially Cameron Perkins and Cam Spinner because they are on the Mercedes team. But yeah. So Jace Turner, of course, Jace had to be in the Max Verstappen car, the Red Bull #1 car. Although Verstappen has number 33, but of course he's in the one because he's won the most recent championships the last like 2-3 years in F1 in real life. Yeah, last 3 years in F1, looking for his 4th in a row this year. And yeah, so I would have probably ran a Ferrari here, but with a little bit of a change up here because I did try running Ferrari before in a series I tried doing on the channel with this mod before. However, I kind of went to the McLarens here because McLarens. I like McLarens as sport cars, and me and my friend having a couple similarities with liking McLaren as well. I was like, hey, you know what? It all falls in line for me to run in a McLaren. Yes, I will be doing the driving in this series too, so I really hope I don't embarrass myself on these road courses too much. I really embarrassed myself in Portland yesterday. But these cars might run better on the road courses too, honestly. But yeah, I do guys do some track testing though as well with this car. But yeah, so I'll be running the McLaren. I'll be running on Daniel Ricciardo's number 3 because this is from 2022, not not Oscar Pistari in the 81 right now in this series. And then there's my teammate Jalen Bounds. So yeah, the way I did the teams here in this series, I kind of did it based on drivers I could see really working together, and some of them I kind of just throw together anyway. But yeah, me and Jalen, I feel like we're good teammates anyway already in the CRL with the Hendrick grouping there. So yeah, I figured it would fall together for us. Be McLaren, also Kyle Larson 5 car, Jalen Bounds 5 car, and Hendrick and NASCAR stuff. Why not put Jalen Bounds in McLaren? So, yes, that's where that all really worked out. First, Aston Martin is Latanya Gray. So, Gray has been really kind of a straight-up contender a lot recently, so I figured it makes sense for her to be in a pretty good team, and Aston Martin's where she kind of fell into the mix here. Emma Bartlett, Anna Williams, this is actually one of the first Tier 2 cars in the field, so we'll see if she can contend here. She's been a decent contender so far, but, of course, with the Tier 2 cars, they'll just be fighting for top 10s all season, most likely, because that's how F1 kind of is. But like I say, you got those 5 competitive teams and the tier 2, then all the tier 3 teams that are kind of just the back markers in F1, kind of wasting spots. The Andretti could have also jumped in and probably ran better than like a Haas or something in the field. Then here's actually a bit of a curveball here. There's actually an extra team added on here. It's Lotus. So Lotus is not competing in real life. I don't know if they still really have a racing team. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I have Nia J and Gracie Bartlett running in the Lotuses here. And unfortunately, they'll kind of be in one of the tier 3 teams here because I wasn't sure how Lotus would run. But I figured, hey, it'd be fun to kind of run a different 11th team here in the field, even though if there were some Andretti's, I would have put them in here. But yeah, I don't have any Andretti cars to get to the field here for this F1 mod. Eli Johnson will be in AlphaTauri. I think AlphaTauri is the last tier 3 team, and unfortunately, he kind of fell there because there was really nowhere else for me to put him. Because Eli is actually a really good road course racer. So, we'll see if Eli can maybe get some upset wins. And I think with this mod and how I set up the cars, we could have some close races still with the cars, but we will see, especially with some of the drivers being better than, I guess, the tier 3 cars we saw in the Exalted Cup Series season, honestly, as well. Yeah, they got Jalen Turner in 11 and another Red Bull, so Jalen Turner will likely be a title threat because she's also a good road course racer too. So yeah, a lot of good road racers are in a lot of the main title threat cars here in this season. Nick Owens in the 14 car. I think we have not got to his team yet, but yeah, Nick Owens, he's kind of in one of his tier 2 cars, and I think he could run pretty well here in this Alpine car in this season. Brady is the first Ferrari in this field. And yeah, we'll see how Brady does. I think Brady liked been in McLaren, but yeah, fortunately, I kind of took that spot from him there. But yeah, we'll see how Brady does here in his car. And what is my mom's dog barking at while I'm trying to record this video? Kate Summers in the number 18. We'll see how she does. She's in the other Aston Martin, kind of grouping her and Latanya Gray together as teammates because they do have that Pacific Racing background in the field. Austin Caldwell, number 20. Let me go see. Alright. False alarm. You know how dogs are. Okay, so I probably just had a whole minute there. I'm not even gonna cut that, but, yeah, I don't know what my mom's dog's barking at. And now I gotta get back onto the dang video. Okay. Opponent manager. Alright. So, Kay Summers. So, yeah, she'll be in the Aston Martin here. And yeah, like I said, her and Latonya Graveman group together. Yeah, lost my train of thought there, and I think Summers will probably be a very good contender for the championship because I do have her as a good road course racer, and I think her and Gray do have one track type they won't be too good at, but they may not have to worry about it in this season. Austin Caldwell, he'll be in the back marker Haas car, and of course I think Caldwell will probably be one of the lower rated drivers. He'll be kind of like around where Emma and Nye are. Emma and Nye, no, I meant Nye and Gracie. Sorry. Yeah, because Nye and Gracie, they're still newer drivers to Caldwell. He's been kind of in one whole season already, so he has a little more experience. Only really strong with super speedways because he's Mickey Mouse, 2 Talladega wins in the CRL 2000. And yeah, so Caldwell will be in the Haas here in this season. Yeah, the Max Contreras. So this is actually Max Traber who kind of ran 2022 a lot and won a good few races in the last couple of years, but did not really come back because of, changing around a lot of the rosters last year as well with drivers that weren't active around summer. It seems like I do that a lot in the summer, honestly. But yeah, Max will be back in the field here in the AlphaTauri, teammates with Eli Johnson, another good road course racer. Maddox has ran very well in road courses so far early on in his career, and yeah, we'll see how he does here in this season. Joshua Bartlett, he'll be in the 23. He's teamed up with his sister Emma, of course. Emma Bartlett there in the Williams. And yeah, Joshua's really kind of improved as a road course racer, so we'll see if how good he could do here on this season. And they got Benny Scholes, 24. Welcome back, Benny Scholes, to the CRL because she ran back in the BMR era. And yeah, we'll see if she can maybe get some upset wins here in the Alfa Romeo. And the last of the Tier 2 teams, Alfa Romeo actually as well. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, we'll just see how she does here in the season. They got Keratin here back in the field. I've been running him a lot here, and he hasn't really shown much on the road course. Of course, just got his best road course race at Portland, however. We'll note that. But we'll see how he does here in this season in the Alpine car course. He mainly runs stock cars here, so F1 will be some new to him. Definitely, we'll see how he does here in this season. And then the first of the 2 Mercedes here, Cam Spinner in the Mercedes. So I know Cam does watch my videos, my channel all the time here with the races, and he'll definitely be probably happy to have a great shot at the championship in the Mercedes team, most likely because yeah, they are one of the higher tier teams, of course, in the field. And yeah, Spinner. I always thought the number 6 was all actually a car number for Mercedes, but I guess they just keep that 6 there because there's actually a 6. The 6 is for Williams. I never knew that with F1. Funny enough. But yeah, so Spinner will be in the 44. Cheryl Simmons in another backmarker Haas car. And unfortunately, how good Cheryl kind of is, she got stuck in the Haas car, unfortunately. But I think she will run better than what her teammate Austin Caldwell will do. Yeah, the William Bales will be in the other Ferrari, the number 55, and I think Will be another strong title threat on the season. Cameron Perkins will be the Cam Spinner's teammate here in the Mercedes team, and he'll be another pretty good contender. This will be, I think, his best shot at getting a win in the CRL because, of course, he'll likely contend on a lot of the tracks here. And finally, we actually have a new CRL driver, and this is one I hinted at a little bit in recent races I did for the recordings. Megan Bell will make her CRL debut, and she is another driver being added on from the County Cup Series lineup. So, yeah, she's also probably going to be a good threat here among Tier 2 cars as well. And we'll see how she does on this season, just like how we'll see how everyone else will do on this season. But yeah, so that is actually your whole entire F1 roster. So the schedule. So I am not going to be able to go. I'm not going to probably go over. Well, actually, I'll try to go over every track real fast. Sorry. Playing schedule right now. So it is a 20 race schedule here, and this season will open up with a crazy one actually because I decided to have some guts here. We're going to run the Draft Atlanta for the season opener, and this is probably going to be a very entertaining race here. Oh, also another note, I will be running 20% races. Cautions will only be on for the ovals. No cautions on for the road courses. Kind of like what the current CRL rules are. But yeah, so we will open with Atlanta 2022, and we have a bunch of debut tracks as well added onto the game. Brands Hatch will be another one. This is actually a track I've liked in a racing game I did back in the day. So, yeah, I think Brands Hatch will be a pretty fun one to run at. And then we got a first time track that I've had on this game for a long time. I never tried out. This track here, La Colina. This will kind of be like, I guess, my Espana or kind of Spanish Grand Prix race here. Then we got Portland, which we just ran out in year long format for race 4. Um, then it's the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis, and I'll probably end up running the newer Indy as well, so that will be another pretty entertaining one with how Indianapolis is with the CRL. And I think both these Indies are the same, so I got to figure out which one is which again. Or actually, I think the difficulty rating will show it. Then you got Trenton. So Trenton, which will be a bit of a throwback track because it doesn't exist anymore in real life, will be on the schedule once again and back after the Exalted Cup Series season. And we do go to Mexico. It is going to be the Horizon Mexico track that I loved racing on in this game, so we'll run there again. Then you got Michigan, so we will actually run Michigan on season. This will be another interesting race here as well. And then we have another debut track to cut out the end of the first half season. This is actually a track that I ran in the Left Turn series I liked as well, Willow Springs, and this will actually also be in a run of California tracks too, starting off the run California tracks around the midway part of the season. So you got Willow Springs, and then we have a return to Riverside. Yes, this track version of the track does work. I will need to do some testing though to get the racetrack ready. And then you also have Laguna Seca for its CRL debut. And this will be another fun one. I get to run the corkscrew, which will be very fun to run on. Laguna Seca making its CRL debut. And then you have Road Atlanta, which I missed running a race there recently, so glad to have a shot at Road Atlanta here, and hopefully I'll go for the win. And we'll see what happens there. Then after Road Atlanta, you got Monza, because I did have Monza in the game, so we'll try out running it here on the series. Then it's going to be another M track, Milwaukee, which will be another fun oval run on the season. Likely the only short track oval, honestly, too, along with, I guess, the finale. Then you got Cleveland. So Cleveland, which we have recently ran on the channel with the CRL X season. And even though I did dominate the last race there, I think the field will be a little closer there in this one. And then we have another new track to the channel that I've not raced on yet, which I have raced on in the past, which is Spa Frontcourt Champs, something like that. And I like this track too, honestly. So this is going to be a very interesting one to run as well, running at Spa and CRL. Then we have a little bit of a track I have wanted to do a race on for a long time, Heartland Park, which recently actually just got closed in real life Kansas. Probably gonna be turned into a stupid neighborhood or something in the future. But yeah, so Heartland Park, and then we got going to the final 3 races of the season. Circuit of the Americas, which the last race I ran there, I kind of annihilated the field, and the game's going to make the field want to annihilate me this next time around, so I'll probably have to sandbag the next race there in this one. And then you got the one more road course, but for the finale, which will be Watkins Glen, one of my personal favorites in the game. And finally, the season finale will be on an oval. So basically, the way I did the schedule, I did a random name wheel, and the wheel fell on Watkins Glen and Nashville, the last 2 tracks. And yeah, it made Nashville be the finale. So this will be another entertaining one here for the schedule, having Nashville Super Speedway as its hero finale, and it'll be definitely an entertaining one for the season. So that'll do it for the video here with a little bit of the recap there. The race, sorry for my mom's dog deciding to get in the way and keep barking. Yeah, I went to yell her, be like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And then, yeah, it was just a whole false alarm. But anyway, thank you for watching Sports Channel like always, and I probably wasted a good almost half hour of my life making this video anyway. But, I mean, I guess it was worth it in the end. But anyway, thank you for watching. It's Kill Cam Wrestling signing out, and I'll see y'all next time.